Hello, beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and today I'm going to be doing another reading for the Pisces Collective. We're looking at the blocks today. And the card that came out for that was the North Star. Flip your inner light switch. And you had the Two of Swords. Whatever I decide, I trust in the outcome. Now, because this is in a blocking position, it's coming in very, very clear that you have a hard time following without seeing, without having some kind of guarantee that things are going to work out. And what happens with that is that doubt settles in, and then you start worrying about things that haven't come to pass yet, that may never come to pass. Your sense of failure. You may feel that you're going to begin something, and then it's going to end up flopping. What Spirit is trying to say is to trust your North Star. Trust your inner guidance system to lead you where you need to be and where you belong. Okay? So I'm going to read you what the North Star has to say, and we're going to carry on with that. You're being shown a way out of no way. I love that. Just when you thought your back was against the wall, you're discovering an internal light that illumines infinite possibilities. At each turn, take a moment to look up and meditate upon your own North Star. In other words, when in doubt, consider what your higher self would do. Ask yourself, if I were enlightened, what would I be moved to do? And how would I be moved to do it? As you do this, realize you are a celestial being, woven of starlight throughout the galaxy of your cells, molecules, and atoms. And you have the answers you seek before the questions are even formulated. Travel your path with confidence, joy, and enthusiasm. Knowing your life is not a problem to be solved, but a magical treasure hunt to explore by the light of your North Star. I love this. I stand in the interstellar spotlight of my life, fully revealing my star attributes. So don't look at it as a problem or a potential problem that's going to happen and trip you up, but more like a pathway to something, wherever that may be and whatever that is. And know that you're being lighted in your way. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to look for the Two Swords in this deck just to see. It says that you're feeling caught and the indecision of what to do because you're not seeing what you want. It's leaving you feeling stuck and depleted. You may be feeling like it's not feeling clear or ideal at the moment where you want to go. However, there is a time to act on certain things, because waiting for the ideal situation may never bring it to fruition because you're doubting it will come. Okay? So it's time for you to act. This is a 2. This is just a very small delay. It's not a big one. You have to start believing that whatever you're deciding, that you're going to trust the outcome of that decision. Okay? And I didn't change this. I said I was going to change this today. Oh well. It's okay, Pisces. You'll forgive me. All right. I want to use the star codes, the Astro Star Codes Oracle, because of the mention of the North Star. When you're feeling stuck like this, you're also not having a good time. So your energies get depleted. You start worrying. And you know, sometimes it's hard not to worry. It's hard not to worry. especially if you're so used to it and you've done it all your life for so many things. It's almost, I feel like sometimes for myself when I worry, worrying makes it that I'm really paying attention to things, so that nothing too bad will happen because I'm already worrying about it. I don't know if you're like this, but you really need to let go of that bad habit. Honestly, it's a terrible habit to have, Pisces. Okay. Okay. So let's see what we have here. Ooh. Okay. So we have 36. Midheaven. Pinnacle. I love that. I feel like when I read midheaven, and I don't know if that's what it means, but it's got 36 on it, which is the 9 that we have on the planet. I always believe that 3 and 6 is what we work with here on the human plane, and 9 is the perfection that we strive to go for, the other realm when we go. So this midheaven, the pinnacle, I love it. It feels like it's telling me that you're not in heaven, you're midheaven. It's like you're 3 and you're 6, you're working them really hard, but you're just not quite touching what you need to be touching. So I'm gonna just take a look and see what it has to say. Okay, and it's locations. The midheaven contains clues about how your family trained you to be visible in the world, your relationship to other people's authority, and how you step into your own personal authority. It describes the future mountaintop, the pinnacle of your work in the world. The midheaven is your highest point of the chart, where the sun would be at midday. This most public, visible point of the chart acts like a flagpole on top of your personal castle. Gorgeous. Okay, inventory your reputation, your personal reputation, and ask what you can do to strengthen it. Update your life, update everything. Look at your definition of what success is, and make it yours. And what actually makes you happy, okay? Not something that you've inherited from family or mentors. What makes you personally happy? Think about the training you've received from these people, these authorities, and notice where it still serves you and what you need to release from their preconceptions and step into something bigger. You may need to go back to hidden dreams or reawaken an ambition that may not make sense to anybody else. If you choose to seek your sense of accomplishment as reflected in the outside world, your midheaven can speak of a quieter sense of personal authority. This is your life. Define the mountaintop for yourself. Take a next step in that direction. Underneath all the worldly sense of ambition is a soul's longing to live out its potential. Listen to the call. And that's what I feel. I feel that you're not quite there, but you're grasping that things are about to change. You're really utilizing whatever you need to reach your pinnacle. I feel like the Queen of Swords here, where the top of her sword with the little butterfly of change really is bringing in that change you need, but you're just not quite there yet. But remember, we have me time, we had being in the gap, and having a whale of a time. I find that taking the time to really enjoy your journey and tap into your inner self is going to get you through that door. And I was talking about keys. This gives me the impression of, you almost see it, if you back it up a little bit, you almost see the key hole here. All right, so you have 52. Symbiosis. Symbiosis. What I feel from symbiosis is, first of all, it's got 7. 7 is always, it always refers to looking at things, figuring things out, a real true perception of it's almost like sitting there chewing it for a while. And so that's right. It's like, this is saying that the trine and sextile, this is what this card is. It promotes a collaboration by backing one another up, cheering one another on, adding strength and value to the roles that you are playing. A trine is formed by two planets 1/3 of the way around the circle from each other, 120 degrees apart. A sextile is half of that, 60 degrees apart. Trine planets operate from the same element, fire, earth, air, or water, and speak that language. Sextile planets relate from the same polarity but in different modalities, cardinal, fixed, or mutable. They operate like supportive, non-competitive buddies. And that's what I feel. I feel like it's an amalgamation of things. And this is what this was talking about. Keep the old and put it into the new and make something different. And we've been talking about that all week. Something very different. Okay? Renew stuff that you need, but grow and expand on it with something brand new. And look for people who have compatible ideas. Take from the old people who've had compatible idea or complementary ideas and skills that you can use. Work them in like your allies, okay? And expand your world with people who can collaborate with you. You may need to collaborate with other people, okay? And engage with people who, family members and friends who really understand you. Okay? See what you have in common and focus on that as well. The point to this is to lift each other up and kind of grow and move forward. The comfortable and compatible aspects in each of us help build each other's resources needed to do the hard work and face the tough stuff. Okay? When you have a team here and above, you can move mountains. And by all means, your passion. And here's the 7 again, in a different way, 43. It is really time. The flowers on the canvas is speaking me of the Empress and the flowering that you're bringing forward. It is time for you to flower. It's time for you to grow. And really embrace that. If your chart was a village map, the 5th house might be the outdoor cafe on the square where romance hovers, teenagers meet, and children run around the edges. Music wafts, a poet speaks. Here people take risks. The 5th speaks of our capacity to love in the form of romance, self-expression, creative processes, and performance investments. Okay? So they want you to ponder your longings, your loves, whatever activates your heart. And what do you love enough to share with the world? Okay? Believe in yourself and put your activated heart into action. Think of what activates the sparkly magic you feel when your artistic muse plays with you. Remember what stirs the first twinkle in the eye of a new relationship, the luminous quality of the beginnings of a love affair. No matter your age, your inner adolescent sparks your creative process. Okay? To nurture that spark, you need to be playful. Have a whale of a time. See, this was a card from, this came in with the week's readings. Grab spontaneous moments. Let your imagination wander. Look for a work culture that encourages playful, creative, risk-taking, and adventurous collaboration and exploration. This is where the juicy new ideas arise. Form a good foundation for a partnership and don't skip the courtship. The anticipation of being with somebody is sometimes even better than actually being with that person. Okay? So don't forget to create that in the relationships you have. Okay? Let your light shine. Let it be a gift to all the world. Your instructions are to play, create, love, inspire, and be glorious. So there's very much a connection. The 3 cards together make me think of the 3 of Cups as well. That reconnection and celebration of self, which will bring you a lot. It'll bring you a lot of openness, okay? Alright, so I'm going to use the Guardian Angel Message Tarot. Ace of Air, inspiration, communication, and adjustments. I feel like this is what this is right here. The inspiration, the communication, and the adjustments to get to your... It's just saying the same thing that we've been talking about. It's a breakthrough. I feel like this is like the recipe of things that you need to move forward. The Empress, of course, we were talking about creativity, the passion. I said that already. I feel the Empress card coming through. Creation, abundance, and action. And again, the sign of the 3 coming through. You know, the other thing that I noticed is that there's a lot coming in here. You've got 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a lot of, like, just taking one step at a time. Doing everything one thing at a time. Figuring it out for yourself. Five, wise counselor, belonging, learning, and traditions. Okay, so this again speaks to me of that letting go of the old, but getting the traditional stuff that you need, because this is the Hierophant card. So where you feel you belong the most, Pisces, is where you're getting your information from, the traditions that you do like, the things that you want to keep, the things that resonated as you grew up. We always think about things as, oh, you know, it's your old school. What you taught me is old school. And there's a lot in tradition and stuff that is good, that gives you structure, that makes you accomplish things, that gives you great sense of success. You don't need to throw everything out when you are redoing. You keep the best parts. That's what I always said about being Pisces, and when I was much younger, looking for a religion that fit, which now is none except for whatever my experiences have been. I used to look for one specific religion, but I'd leave taking a few things from each until it's almost like it builds your very own little belief system that you just sort of walk into. You take some, you leave some, and you make it ultimately who you are. So they're not all bad. I mean, if you read certain parts, the one thing from the first religion I was part of is, in French it said, love each other, okay? Like, love your brother. And that is That is wonderful. Love and loving others brings you closer. Energetically, it lifts you up. So that's a very good thing. And that's one that I carry with me. Okay? You make yourself feel or belong by holding on to the things that fit you. By always learning something new. And traditions are not always bad. I mean, everything that's been thought over these centuries, eons on this planet can't all be wrong. Some of it was divinely sent down. It's just the level of distortion for certain things that cause things to go a little bit weird. I won't say bad, I'll just say weird. Knight of Air. Intellectual, determined, and motivated. Yeah, because by no means do they want you to start at point zero. They want you to keep going with what you have. Okay? This night sign that is shining, it's giving you courage. The flowers that he's holding in the middle of winter, bringing in the Empress energy again. Okay? Your creativity is in full tilt right now. The thing with creativity is that it is everything that you are or that you have been that you've been developing through the years. You feel like you don't know where you're going, but you definitely know where you've been. And part of where you're going has a lot to do with everything that you've learned. Yeah, and my ears are ringing super hard. So that right there is a major point that they want you to know. Your North Star, what you are following, or what you're following, feeling blindly following, is not what you think. Okay? All right, the wheel. Luck, progress, and change. Right. Everything changes. They want to remind you that everything always changes. It never really, truly stays the same. The evolution of everything is by taking what you learn, keeping what fits, letting go of the rest, and creating something new. And we do that repetitively through our life. And that's how we bring more luck, more progress, more change, and that's what makes the world go round. So don't forget that little nugget of experience, of knowing. Okay. So I'm going to take this as a tarot deck. But what am I going to take for another cosmic deck? The Cosmic Journey. Okay. I took Star Codes Astro, and this is the Cosmic Journey. Ooh, Divine Dragon.